Is this on? Are we live?
Is it
Are
working?
we good? Oh, okay. Okay, we're good.
Oh.
Welcome back to the Empire Bulldog Book Talk, where we read children's books that are no higher than 3rd grade, because that's all we can do.
Yeah, and I'm dyslexic.
Ha! And you didn't even know. What 3rd grade book are we reading?
We're reading Rosie Revere, Engineer.
Let's go.
That's what it's called. Yeah. So this book's called Rosie Revere, the Engineer. Okay. Oh. This is a story of Rosie Revere, who dreamed of becoming a great engineer. In Lila Greer's classroom at Blue River Creek, young Rosie sat shyly, not daring to speak.
But when no one saw her, she peeked in the trash for treasures to add to her engineer's stash. And late at night, Rosie rolled up her sleeves and built in her hideaway under the eaves.
Gosh. Whoa. Alone in her attic, the moon high above, dear Rosie made gadgets and gizmos she loved. And when she grew sleepy, she hid her machines, ran under the bed where they'd never be seen. Oh. I don't have stuff like that.
That's a lot. When Rosie was young, she had not been so shy. She worked with her hair swooping over one eye, and made fine inventions for uncles and aunts. A hot dog dispenser in helium pants.
The uncle she loved most was the zookeeper Fred. She made him a hat to keep the snakes off his head. From parts of a fan and some of cheddar cheese spray, which everyone knows keeps the pythons away. Whoa.
That's scary. And when it was finished, young Rosie was proud, but Fred slapped his knee, and he chuckled out loud. He laughed till he wheezed, and his eyes filled with tears, all to the horror of Rosie Revere, who stood there embarrassed, perplexed, and dismayed. She looked at the cheese hat, and then looked away. "I love it," Fred hooted. "Oh, truly I do." But Rosie Revere knew that could not be true. She stuck the cheese hat on the back of her shelf, and after that day kept her dreams to herself.
And that's how it went until one autumn day, when her oldest relation showed up for her stay. Her great-great-aunt Rosie saw was a true dynamo to work with building airplanes a long time ago. She told Rosie tales of the things she had done and goals she had checked off her list one by one. She gave a sad smile as she looked at the sky. The only thrill left on my list is to fly. But time never lingers as long as it seems. I'll check that one up. Check that one up to the old lady's dreams.
That night, as Rosie laid wide-eyed in bed, a daring idea crept in her head. She could build a gizmo to help her aunt fly. She looked at the cheese hat and said, "No, not I." But questions are tricky, and some hold on tight, and this one kept Rosie awake through the night. So when the dawn approached and red streaks lit the sky, young Rosie knew just how to make her aunt fly.
She worked and worked until the day was gone, then hauled her cheese copter out onto the lawn to give her invention a test just to see the ridiculous flop it might turn out to be.
Whoa.
I wonder what's under there.
Strapped into the cockpit, she flipped on the switch. The Hello Cheese Copter sputtered and twitched. It floated a moment and whirled around and around, then froze for a heartbeat and crashed to the ground.
Then Rosie heard laughter and turned round to see the old woman laughing and slapping her knee. All of the she laughed till she wheezed, and her eyes filled with tears, all to the horror of Rosie Revere, who thought, "Oh no, never, not ever again. I will try to build something to sputter or spin, or build something with a lever, a switch, or a gear, and that will be, and never be, a great engineer."
She turned around to leave, but the great Aunt Rose grabbed the book, grabbed hold of young Rosie, and pulled her in close, and hugged her and kissed her and started to cry. "You did it! Hooray! It's the perfect first try. This great flop is over. It's time for the next." Young Rosie was baffled, embarrassed, and perplexed. "I failed," said dear Rosie. "It's just made of trash. Didn't you see it? The cheese copter crashed." Yes, said her great aunt. "It crashed, that is true. But first it did just what it needed to do. Before it crashed, Rosie, before that it flew." That's a lot of stuff.
Your brilliant first flops was a raging success. Come on, let's get busy and do the next. She handed a notebook to Rosie Revere, who smiled at her aunt as it all became clear. Life may have its failures, but this was not it. The only true failure is when you quit.
They worked till the sun sneaked away to its bed. Aunt Rose tied her headscarf around Rosie's head and sent her to sleep with a smile ear to ear, to dream the bold dreams of a great engineer.
At Blue River Creek, all the kids in grade 2 build gizmos and gadgets and doohickeys too. With each perfect failure, they all stand and cheer, but with none quite as proudly as Rosie Revere. That's it.
All done.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
So fast. I'm not reading.
by a show of hands, thumbs up or thumbs down, did you like the book?
Yeah,
Hey, that's
thumbs
pretty
up.
positive. Okay.
Yeah.
Mid, see some mids, okay. Good. That's really good. Good job, guys. Well, thank y'all for coming. Y'all were so good.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching our book talk. It really does mean a lot to us. All those views, every time we do this, it really does make a difference. Zoe, do you have anything to say?
It's been a really great year reading to everyone, and I wish I could do more, but sadly I have to go.
Yeah, our senior is moving on to bigger and better things, as this book is about an engineer, and Zoe's going to go on and do that, which is a great book that we picked, or she picked, because she's trying to put that on the little minds, you know. But anyways, for real though, we're gonna miss Zoe, and hopefully I'll be able to do this next year. If not, whoever takes on my spot in her spot will do just as amazing things as we did. Hold up the legacy. Hold up the legacy. Grab the torch and
Take it and run.
I don't even know. Take it and run. I hope so. Anyways, it was such a good year with y'all and all the little people. We love y'all so much, and thank you for letting us read y'all. And I will carry that torch to greatness and run away.
Yes.
That's it.